So sorry for being late, but this is my Smackdown review. AJ Lee has returned to wrestling after more than 10 years. And if you look at this Smackdown, you could say that this was probably the best Smackdown in a while. And there will be people who will also criticize this SmackDown. I think because it had what, like two, three matches in a span of 2 hours, and then they did not have the stuff which actually like carries the show, kind of like the SmackDown tag team division. You had nothing of that. You had some of the women's tag division stuff. It was kind of funny, kind of not, like between Alexa being like Dr. Lily and all, like Charlotte being everything bad has happened to me in this city, and that Alexa checking twice that if she has a heart or not, and then doing the power of friendship, you will heal, and Charlotte is like, oh, am I cleared or not? It was kind of funny. It was fine. I think the main thing is AJ Lee returning. And Brock returned too. This was John Cena's last SmackDown. Like, this was actually a very newsworthy SmackDown even before the show. Like, John Cena's last SmackDown in his career, where he started his main roster career, uh, like answering Kurt Angle's open challenge. But talking about AJ Lee first, I think the way that Becky and Seth sold this was really good. It was really fun. It was really like lovely to see how CM Punk was so proud of her, how proud he was of AJ Lee, like the reception she got, the way she was herself, the AJ Lee of the past in the ring. She actually looks like she's kind of like younger than before. Like she has like what abs, she has a six pack, like still has that sexy thing going on with her and everything, and then slapping Becky. And AJ, like I was 10 years old when AJ like introduced me to some of my craziest things, that maybe I'm into some crazy chicks as well, because till that time I was like had that old school romance in my head, nothing like spicy or anything. And I used to be like, why am I getting so turned on seeing AJ being such a bitch to Daniel Bryan and CM Punk? Why am I getting turned on by seeing AJ kiss that big red jackass Kane in his mask and Kane not moving at all? Why am I angry and horny at the same time? And her retirement was also very untimely. Like she had her tag match with Paige against the Bellas at WrestleMania. Then at the next night, she had another match, and then she just retired. Then, when I read her book, you got to know that she was actually very injured, that like she had to retire because she was very injured, and now she's back after more than 10 years. Like WrestlePalooza looks like it's gone, it matters a lot to WWE, but it shows how much it does, because AEW has moved their timings. I know people would be criticizing them for that, but they did the right thing. Like, why would they unnecessarily like do a head to head when they can easily change timings and probably retain many of the people who would buy their pay-per-view? So I think what they did was good. The I think the she got what more than 100 million views if you like combine all the socials. Like, it shows how big AJ Lee actually was, because I think when she left wrestling, her popularity, I think, actually grew. I think first because of the CM Punk, like she's his wife and everything, and also like people actually then went and watched the stuff that she did, that they saw that she was actually a pioneer. Like, she was the woman who went up against the Bellas, who went up against the old kind of divas, and she was actually very good. And I think the combination of that resulted in this much like reception for her. Like, you could see Pop Bass tweeted about her. Like, I think what WWE needs to do, what Triple H has not done well so far, is the follow up. Because you get a moment, you get a return, it's really great, but then the follow up weeks are not really that good. And I think he needs to do stuff for that so that people are still excited, because you're having AJ Lee on Raw. She's gonna have a mic, so let's see how that goes. Like, she also held up the IC title after SmackDown, so it looks like and what the details have come, she signed like a multi-year deal, so we're gonna get more of her. So I think we may see AJ Lee going after the IC title, and put it in contrast with the US title. Like, I thought that Kiana James would actually be a boon to Julia, but I think she might be a curse, because the finish to the match that she had against Meetin, which was a fine match, was like typical distraction, and then the knee also was not that good. It's just like, I get she adds something to Julia, like they have a very unique dynamic. Like, you have Kiana James had like having the bags, being a lawyer, and you have Julia like a straight up assassin and everything. But then they need to give her like solid storyline, rather than having her being in backstage segments and then having like one or two matches between like 2 months. But then they don't have any opponents for her. I think they need to send people from NXT, or either send people from Raw to SmackDown. Like, I get that he is invested in Julia, otherwise she would not be getting Kiana James, she would not be getting this time on TV. But you need to have people care about the US Championship. And what are you doing with Michin anyways? Like, this is her what, like third or fourth US Championship loss? Rather than having BFAB being like the background cheerleader of the Street Profits, which they don't need, why not have her and BFAB be in a tag team? You already don't have many tag teams. You are having Charlotte Flair and Bliss going up against Secret Service, which they have actually beaten before, even before becoming champions. So why not have Meechan and BFAB? Maybe turn them heel also. Maybe see what they can do with being heels. I don't get what they're doing with them. Like, John Cena and Sami Zayn's segment was actually very good. Like, Sami Zayn bringing up the fact that, he also challenged John Cena for the US Championship, which actually really helped him a lot. It's just that he couldn't really, like, go, like, use that momentum because he got injured. Otherwise, I think the reaction that he got when he actually faced Cena, the endorsement from Bret Hart, in the end, Cena raising his hand, I think it was really good. But unfortunately, and then they had a match which was a really great match. I think also it was accentuated by it being Cena's last SmackDown. You had so many kickouts, like Cena paying homage, like the kick out on GTS, the kick out on the spear. I think they were really good. And in the end, it was like he finally got the Super A, and you could anticipate it. Lesnar came out, Lesnar hit like first threw the referee out, so maybe it's like a no contest. Then first he F5 Sami Zayn, and then he F5 Cena two times, and it was announced that at WrestlePalooza it would be Cena versus Lesnar, which I am actually like intrigued, like who's gonna win the match, because it can make sense like both times. Like, you can have Cena win, have Brock destroy Cena after the match, so that it writes Cena off, like probably, so that he doesn't have to appear at Crown Jewel. He can then straight away appear at either Survivor Series, maybe in the War Game stuff, and then maybe have a match at the Saturday night's main event, which I think they are not having in December. They are having it in November. I think so. You can do that, or you can have Lesnar win, because either way, I think Lesnar had just come back. So him losing, like, I think they probably want to do Gunther versus Gunther versus Lesnar at Mania. How would it look like if Lesnar loses his first match back? I think you can still have Cena win and still have Lesnar look great. It's just that yeah, and it can actually like work in a feud also between Gunther and Lesnar. That Gunther can say that, I retired Cena, you came back after such a while, you weren't able to beat him up. I think it can work there as well. So I would say this SmackDown was a really good SmackDown. I don't know how to rate it, but I think it was good. Let's see what happens on Raw. I think they have to have a slam dunk Raw. Like, you need to have a good follow up. Let's see what happens. If you like this type of content, if you like this review, like, share, and subscribe. If you don't, then share it with those who do. My social media accounts, which are my Twitter/sex account and my Instagram account, links are in the description. So go follow me on that. My UPI ID link, which is sharpboy@okicici, is also in the description. So go donate any amount of money which can help me make YouTube a permanent career option. So that was it for me for today. So thank you. Goodbye. Alvida.